And we are live. Hello, the YouTubes.
Hey, guys. Happy Labor Day. Hello, Bane. Oh, Bane. That would be, if that were true, I wouldn't have sent Brian to the barbershop last week to shave off half his hair because it was mushrooming out so much that it was just your head looked really round.
No.
But look,
I think my head is round.
He got a nice little, you can see, like, every time we go to the you go to the barbershop, I just went and got my hair cut last Wednesday too. And every time they're like, wow, you have so much hair. Since I was a teenager, actually, so genetics might have a part to play in people's like hair, and it's not like meat eaters don't go bald. Like, what is that? No,
I think he's right. Meat eaters never go bald. It's only vegans who go bald. That's why, like Rogaine and all these companies that specialize in hair restoration.
They're just for vegans.
They're just for vegans. We know that for a fact.
But sometimes I didn't know if my hairdresser was saying that. Like, it almost sounded like it could be
they're sucking up to you?
No, like it could have a tone, because in my head, I was thinking, are they saying they have a lot of work ahead of them?
Oh.
So, but
they usually do that with mine, because they'll like shave it or they'll start thinning it out, and they're like, Jesus, come on. I was hoping this would be in and out.
Yeah.
Hello, Lillian, and hello
Lillian.
Sahurashin. I'm sure that's wrong. And Louis Gato. What's up, guys?
Hey, Louis. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us. You guys are like, well, you're a regular. Hey, and Gary. I remember Gary. Yeah, I know, Gary. Gary, a lot's been going on. A lot. We won't lie.
By a long time, he means like 2 weeks or something?
Well, it's been
That's a long time in YouTube years.
We skipped last week, and long story short, and we're not going to go into detail, but we've been really, how do I put this?
Focused.
We've been really focused. On our
on 3 rescues.
On the health of our 3 rescues, Fairu, Antonio, and Jacqueline. Antonio's doing great, fantastic, perfect. Jackie, still rehabbing. Fairu, we're in the midst of something. So we're trying to figure that out, which means, as always, guys, any donations today via Super Chat, via Venmo at Those Annoying Vegans, via Etsy, please buy our shirts. They need to go. The boxes are sitting in our bedroom, and they need to go. I don't want to see those boxes come end of the year. Stickers, pins, thank you so much to everyone who is supporting us on Patreon. Every penny, no joke, goes towards their medical care. Here's a bill. Well, it's not a bill. It's actually an estimate for a procedure for next week for the Ruru. So it's not quite ending yet, this adventure that we're on. It's, a lot of it is like, we have made we have gotten to know some really, really good avian vets here in the LA area, thank goodness. But even so, it is such a rarity for people to take their chickens to a vet. It's more common for people to take parrots or parakeets to a vet, but chickens have such specific ailments that I feel like sometimes we've stumped our vets with.
I think it's largely because chickens have been messed with the most genetically. They've been bred into existence for all sorts of purposes, from fighting to egg laying to growing really quickly in a short amount of time.
Yeah, their bodies kind of like start to fall apart.
Yeah, like it's not like cats and dogs where even there are certain breeds of dogs where we bred these dogs into existence to have like short stubby legs and big cute eyes, and then that presents problems down the road as well.
But like it's to the point where like I literally had to email, who did I email? I'm trying to look for the email. I emailed the University of Did I lose that email somewhere?
Hmm?
I emailed the University of, here, the University of Cornell. Oh, Cornell.
Cornell.
I emailed Cornell. They have a,
Andy from the office would be very mad at you for forgetting Cornell.
the Animal Health Diagnostic Center, and I emailed them because I'm like, we are having trouble. Like, can you explain to me how avian blood work works? Because every time we've gotten blood work for our chickens, there is never, like, they get, you know, with the cats and dogs, they have, even humans, they have, this is the normal range, this is your number. Right. So what we get with chickens is, this is your number. Okay, what do we compare it to? And they actually said, hi Anna, really no truly established reference values for individual chickens. What we sometimes use are values from research. The ranges are too wide in some of the reference values I have seen. There are better diagnostic tools than blood work for chickens. So why are we even doing blood work? And then, but it really varies from species to species, even from male to female.
Yep.
Is what we're realizing. So
Didn't one of the doctors that we go to said that she now has like 2 dedicated machines, one for male birds and one for female birds because the ranges are so different?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, this has been sort of an exploration, a journey for us. I think by the end of this, we're going to be experts in chickens, because sometimes it takes a long drawn out process to get a diagnosis for something that was really so simple.
Mm-hmm.
And you end up going through all these different tests, and it's just exhausting. So we're trying our best, but
yes.
they're all okay. They're all okay.
Everyone's doing well right now. As Anna said earlier, every single penny that you guys donate to the channel, no matter which avenue, it all goes towards these guys. Mm-hmm. So if you'd like to leave a super chat, we'll read your comment live. Just $1 or $2, I mean, literally any amount helps. Or if you want to become a Patreon patron, even if it's just for 1 month, or get yourself some vegan swag from our Etsy store. It's a great way to support the channel if you like what we do, if our channel brings you value in some way or another. You want to load this up?
Do you want to go into that first? Yeah, and then we can talk about this other thing.
We thought it was, which other thing?
The Robin Hood thing I got.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Why am I getting emails from people? Unsubscribe. And don't have patience for spam anymore. Yeah. Why are you sending me emails on a holiday? I don't understand. People think just because you're a freelancer that...
It's Labor Day. You're supposed to be working.
Okay.
As my boss says, it's not called, screwing around day. It's called Labor Day.
Yep.
Let's get to laboring, please.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Let's go.
So, we're enjoying some very, very niche market, exclusive, very expensive hoity-toity vegan snacks here. These are called potato chips.
Because we're kind of poor right now. This is our lunch.
I think that's potato chips. I think is what they're called.
Potato chips.
Yes.
Look at the potato.
I think that's how the
gourmet
bourgeoisie
potato.
pronounced it. So apparently what they do is they take potatoes and they slice them into discs and they deep fry them. It's a genius idea. I don't know who has thought of that.
This.
Mm-hmm.
This is magic. Guys, Trader Joe's makes... They're like Takis.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Takis? Do you have the bag? No, we don't. Oh, yeah. Chili lime. If you like chili lime and Takis, these are amazing.
It's rolled corn, I think that's how you pronounce it. Corn? Another very bougie vegan food here. Corn. Interesting. They're corn tortilla chips. I've never heard of that.
Listen to the crunch, guys.
Apparently
The crunch
vegan.
is my favorite part. Pardon me.
They are very crispy, and they do have a little heat.
Oh my god!
A little
I
heat.
just missed my mouth. Okay.
Louis Gato says, do you prefer donations direct via PayPal to avoid the steep YouTube donation fees?
Sure.
Yes.
I mean, whatever's easier for you.
Whatever's easiest for you guys.
Because we're not going to say no to any donations. Google does take 30%, I think, of what you guys give us on YouTube via Super Chats. But if that's the easiest way, if that gets you to donate, then that's
fine.
Fine. We'll take it. And
Yeah,
Garuda
I think,
Legends, we just talked about Fire and Jackie and Antonio for a little while, but you can, it's in the first 2 minutes of this video, so you can catch up later.
Yeah.
Now everyone wants potato chips.
Do we have a PayPal, right? It's thoseannoyingvegans at Gmail. Yeah. So thoseannoyingvegans at Gmail.
Is it, or is it my email?
I think we started one, didn't we? Well, I know we have a Venmo. Venmo is at thoseannoyingvegans.
Yeah, I don't think we have the PayPal. Would have to be my email, which I don't know if I want to share.
If we want to give that out online.
I don't think we have the.
Try it.
PayPal and Venmo though is kind of the same thing. I don't think. Let me see. Maybe it logs me in just the same. Nope. We'll see if I forgot to. Oh, we'll see. Let's see. Cause enter the name. No, I don't think we have a PayPal.
Oh, we don't have a
account.
PayPal account. Okay.
So that was actually a while ago when we had opened it, and then they started sending us all this business junk mail.
Yes.
I think we opened it because we were using Square and we were selling our shirts at like vegan fairs, and you needed a PayPal account. And then.
Well, we might have just used one of our private emails.
Yeah. So forget.
We'll have to.
Venmo is better.
We'll have to set up our Those Annoying Vegans PayPal account. But if you want to just Venmo at Those Annoying Vegans, or donate here, donate on Patreon.
30% Jesus Christ. That's what I say. It's true. Yeah. Well, I
think Jesus Christ would be 33%, right? He lived to be 33 years old.
Did he die at 30?
33.
Oh.
Jesus died at 33.
Young man.
I believe.
Okay, the reason for today's video. Hey, we'll show you why that was
out.
Kind of.
That was hilarious. We can prove it. Look at that.
The reason for today's discussion, one of them, because we thought, let's look for something a little bit different. Something I've wanted to talk about for a long time, actually, and I know it's been talked about before on various, when it was like a big deal when it first came out that the meat and dairy industry wanted to
stop vegan companies from making products to compete with theirs.
That's what it comes down to. What they're making it look like is, please don't call it that.
Yeah.
Don't call it that, because people are gonna get confused. People out there are gonna be confused when they go to the supermarket. They can't read the labels, and they're gonna get confused and buy your shit. Sorry, getting into character.
Demonetized.
They're gonna buy your thing, and they're gonna get home and they're gonna be like, I thought this was dairy. I don't know. I feel like that's what I think about when I think about their reasoning. It just sounds so stupid. Like, come on,
I don't think there's ever been an instance of someone buying a vegan product thinking it was an animal product. I can't imagine that. What's that?
I don't know if they think of people as stupid, perpetually annoyed. I think they're trying to, what do you think? What do you say? Sorry, when you say grab at straws?
Grasp at straws?
Grasp at straws. I wonder how you say that in Spanish. Están tratando de. It's like they're really trying to, because they're so afraid of the competition. If they were confident in their product, if they were confident in the trends, which obviously they're not, because the trend is the upward trend towards plant-based products is so steeply rising so quickly that they are losing footing, and they're panicking. Why else would they do something like this? If a company were confident in their product, product, because animals are not products,
Right.
they would not be presenting such a lousy argument.
Yeah.
But the interesting part about this article we'll show you, because someone we all know is the butt of the joke here.
The butt of the joke?
The butt of the, what am I using the wrong expression
The
again?
butt of the joke is the person being made fun of.
Is the center of the, is the highlight of the article.
Situation.
Sometimes I try to translate things from Spanish and it just doesn't work.
Well, this has happened in other states. I think a lot of them in the Midwest, some of the more Trump country.
Thank you, Louis, by the way.
Thank you, Louis.
I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
We appreciate that. Fireroo, Jackie, and Antonio appreciate that as well.
He's sleeping right now on the couch.
It's chicken nap time.
Yeah,
It's afternoon
should-
nap time.
put the Jackie's. Well,
Um,
yeah, it's
you wanna
okay.
go adjust her, or-
I'll give her a minute. I don't want to wake her up. She's really slumped in over. Okay.
So,
And
yeah.
Tony.
So
Hi, Tony.
much like the election of 2020, it seems like these lawsuits tend to happen in typically redder states. It's interesting that this actually happened in California because we've heard of these lawsuits being pushed in typically more conservative areas where possibly a lot of dairy farmers or cattle farmers live, trying to put forth the argument that customers are going to be confused by labeling. So the Beyond Burger shouldn't be called a hamburger, the Beyond Sausage shouldn't be called a sausage, oat milk shouldn't be called milk, things of this nature, because the customers are so confused. And then never being able to provide a single instance of that ever. It's very much like all the election fraud trials, like
The thing is-
60 plus court cases, not a shred of evidence presented in court. So
You go to the store. You either one, have a plan about what you're going to buy, or two, maybe find something new and go, oh, what is this? Let me look.
yeah.
Right? That's how it goes.
Typically, you would read the label before you put it in your cart if you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
You don't just like grab something and go,
Very,
ah!
very simple. Okay. Read.
So this article,
Why is this?
it's not on there.
Oh. Oh.
That allows me to adjust. It's on reason.com. It's only from a few days ago, actually. It's California court rules vegan creamery has First Amendment right to call their products butter and cheese. Who's that vegan creamery, you may ask?
None other than
Miyoko's. Miyoko's Creamery. If you guys are familiar with vegan products in the US particularly, I don't know if Miyoko's is very popular in Europe or other continents or countries, but in the US, Miyoko's is actually one of the growing products along with Kite Hill, Forager, and Oatly. Well, Oatly is actually a European brand, I think, but it's very popular here now.
and Tree Line.
And Treeline,
Yeah.
yes. Those are some of the growing plant-based dairy companies that are competing now with the old school plant-based dairy companies in the U.S., which would be Follow Your Heart and Daya. Those two companies sort of had the market cornered for a while, and now there's some really, really serious competition because Miyoko's Creamery makes very good products. Kite Hill makes insanely good products. Treeline's cheese is very good. It's not really like, Treeline texture is not really like a cheese. It's more like a dip or a spread.
Yeah, like
But
the
it's-
cream cheese.
Yeah, but it's very good. So it says, who thought it was a good idea to give the government control over marketing? Well, I think you shouldn't be able to lie about your product, but I don't think that calling it vegan butter or vegan cheese or plant-based cheese or oat milk, that's not lying. You're literally saying it's oat milk. That's
Peanut.
it's
Butter.
peanut, butter, coconut,
Coconut.
cream.
Cream.
It's not lying. So down here it says,
Go paragraph by paragraph, my love.
I know,
You
but
always go.
our thing cuts it off, but I guess that's
You
okay.
want to move it?
No, it's okay. I'll read it. You guys can fill in the empty words and trust me that I'm not
Well, you're
lying to you. On August 11th, the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of California ruled in favor of Miyoko's Creamery
Good news right off the bat.
in its lawsuit against the California Department of Food and Agriculture upholding the company's First Amendment right to use the terms like butter and cheese in marketing its vegan products. Because again, if you look at any Miyoko's product...
I was sweating.
Huh?
Sorry, I just went like this and I'm like sweaty.
We're very tiny. So yeah, if you look at any Miyoko's Creamery product, it says vegan cheese, vegan butter, cultured vegan butter.
I have examples.
European style vegan butter.
I have examples. I will
we have
show
examples?
you. So
Do we?
We have. I'm sure we have.
We have Miyoko's?
Oh no, I don't
At
think
the
we
moment?
have Miyoko's, but
We have Kite
oh
Hill.
yeah, we have Miyoko's here. I'll pull out all the
vegan
cheeses
cheeses we have.
which is so many things. Here we go. I think. Okay. We have Trader Joe's. Follow your heart. Okay. So let's show you some examples. Dragon.
Let's check out this spread here.
We have
Uh-oh.
Trader Joe's. Dairy-free cheddar.
Style.
Cheddar style. But the word cheddar is still here.
Yeah.
Cashew cheese alternative. Cheese alternative.
Now see, I would be wildly confused reading this package. I would be like,
Dairy-free vegan in a big circle. And then even on the back, you
I would
said
read this and go, for
cashew
sure,
base.
for sure that's titty milk, for sure.
But it's funny, they don't go after Trader Joe's. They gotta go for the literal, smaller. Miyoko's is big, but smaller than Trader Joe's, I think.
I would imagine.
We
Oh,
have
field roast.
Field roast. Vegan, chow, shreds, Mexican style blend. So non-dairy up here. Okay, and we go to the back.
What's this here, right?
Vegan.
There's vegan really big on the bottom there.
and then you can read the ingredients. So, serving suggestions.
What did I say? Vegan shreds.
Chow Creamery shreds are a delicious dairy-free addition to any dish.
Dairy
so
what?
On and so, dairy-free
dairy-free.
addition
That's
to
weird.
any dish. We have Kite Hill, plant-based artisans, right here, dairy-free, right here, right underneath cream cheese alternative made with almond milk, dairy-free.
Oh.
Contains almonds. I mean, what? Then we have Miyoko's. It's in it's in
We
a
have
little
the
plastic
farmhouse
baggie.
cheddar. Yeah.
Is this still good?
That one's questionable.
I mean, it seems to have preserved very well, but this
The wrapper's all right.
this is probably not good. Oh, smells good. Well, it
doesn't go bad like titty milk cheese.
Miyoko's Creamery, traditionally cultured. Let's see, phenomenally vegan. Right there, it says cultured vegan cheese, 100% crafted from plants. 100% crafted from plants. Follow your heart.
Not dead baby cows.
You're like, how much cheese do you get? This. We rarely use it. It's funny. We forget we have it, then we get another one. No, so it ends up in our fridge for a little while. They last so long too. So we've gotten most of these like more than a month ago.
Well, we did like a little 4-person like movie night or something, right? Where we got some of this stuff. Hi, Grace.
Follow your heart. Dairy-free cheese,
Oh.
soy-free, vegan, lactose-free. Right up on the front there. Okay, so those are the examples we're gonna. So.
Hi.
Meat and dairy industry, there you go.
Yeah.
Clear as day.
So the
Baby me.
Northern District of California ruled that Miyoko's is allowed to call their products vegan cheese or vegan butter because they're saying that it's vegan and it's plant-based and it's dairy-free and it's lactose-free, and they're following all of the labeling laws and making it very easy for customers to look at their packaging and say, this is not the product of a tortured animal. This is actually the product of plants. Let me come around this way. So, it continues. Based in Sonoma County, California, Miyoko's Creamery produces artisanal vegan alternatives to traditional dairy products. In just over 5 years, its popularity has exploded with distribution in Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, and other major supermarket chains, which is true at least here in the U.S. and California.
Ralph's and Vaughn's carries
Ralph's,
it.
Vaughn's, Pavilions, Trader Joe's, Sprouts. And yes, Whole Foods carries Miyoko's. The company is known for its popular vegan butter made from cashews, coconut oil, and sunflower oil, as well as other high-end alternative products like vegan mozzarella.
Let me interrupt for 1 second. Garuda Legend asks, so you forgot it exists in your fridge because it's boring. Can you even make nachos with that? Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
We didn't forget about it because it's boring. It's because it's not as addictive as cow breast milk.
Yeah.
Because cow breast milk contains casein, which is it's kind of equivalent to, so casein, when it hits the brain,
It's the protein in cow breast milk.
yeah, it becomes casomorphine, which sounds like morphine, but that's what it's called, casomorphin or casomorphine. And it actually acts very closely to the same kind of addiction that the brain would have to, say, heroin. So that is why people keep going back to the fridge for that cheese. That cheese, one, we don't have to spend as much money because it lasts forever. Two, yes, it melts. We've used it for pizza. We've used it for dips. We've used it for sandwiches.
Nachos. Or you put it on some
or
chili.
Hamburgers or chili. Yeah. We just, we just don't have to buy as much. So there you go. The company is known for other high-end alternative products like vegan mozzarella, cream cheese, and cheese wheels, all of which I can attest are very good. So the author of this article has tried Miyoko's and thinks they're very good. I mean, calling them high-end, it's relative, I think. Like, there are people out there, non-vegans out there, who will spend an exorbitant amount of money for good cheese and good cuts of meat, right? And Miyoko's and Follow Your Heart and Kite Hill and all these they're sort of like mid-tier priced, I would say. They're not like the generic or the craft American slices, which aren't even allowed to be called cheese, by the way. Those are called processed cheese food because those aren't actual cheese. Last year, the company received a threatening letter from the CDFA demanding it alter its marketing in the state. Although its labels clearly read, as we have seen, quote, cultured vegan butter, quote, the department requested the Creamery stop using dairy-related terms on its packaging altogether, claiming Miyoko's marketing was in violation of the U.S. Food and Drug Administration's labeling regulations.
Yeah, in other words, they're scared
Yeah.
that plant-based cheeses and butters are becoming more and more popular because the majority of the world's population are lactose intolerant. So we already know that like plant-based milks are very popular. If you go to the milk section of virtually any grocery store in the United States, there's, I can't even name them all. There's like Silk, Chobani Oat, Almond Breeze, there's Oatly. There's also soy, almond, oat, and hemp and rice. Rice Dream. There's
so
usually
many.
like soy and almond alternatives to existing dairy companies now. So like Chobani is a popular yogurt company. They make yogurt out of cow breast milk. Now they have Chobani Oat.
Yeah.
And they make an oat yogurt and an oat milk and an oat creamer. So they know that the plant-based milks and butters are doing well, and they want to stop them from selling so well. And so if people, I think their mentality is, if people know this isn't real butter, then they'll be more hesitant to buy it. So maybe we can get them for it to be illegal for them to call it real butter.
Let's not forget, there are more people out there in this world who are lactose intolerant than are vegan. So this could be helping those people as well. I mean, let's continue.
Yeah.
California ordered the company to remove the terms butter and cheese and cease to refer to its products as lactose-free.
But they are.
But they are. Hormone-free.
They are.
They are. Or cruelty-free. Because they are.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Because that turns the mirror around on the dairy and the meat industries.
Meaning their products are
not
lactose full and hormone full and cruelty full.
Instead, the state suggested that Miyoko market its vegan butter as oh so appetizing, quote, cashew cream fermented from live cultures.
I mean, that's accurate.
They're so cute.
true.
It's true, but they wanted it to sound gross.
They're trying to make it sound bad.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
To do so, it's funny because on that note, if we were following that logic, then dairy companies should be able to promote their products as cow breast milk fermented from live cultures.
Right.
To do so,
Actually, stolen cow breast milk.
yes,
Yeah.
right? I have thought I have ideas. How would one label a carton of milk if one were saying the truth? That's an idea for some. Okay. To do so would require an inordinate investment to produce custom packaging for sale of the product in California.
Yeah, because they're trying to just pass this law in one state. So
Yeah.
Miyoko's is selling in all 50 states, or I don't know if it's all 50, but many states. So they have to change their packaging for just one state. The letter doubled down by also ordering the company to scrap its mission statement, revolutionizing dairy with plants, and to remove an image of a woman hugging a cow from its website. The photo in question is that of a volunteer at a nonprofit refuge for farm animals, Rancho Compasión, which was started by the Creamery's founder, Miyoko Shinner. So they don't want people hugging cows on dairy-free products.
What?
Yeah. Because
Wow.
they want the image of someone hugging a cow associated with stolen breast milk from a forcibly impregnated mother who was then killed and her children were killed.
Isn't that amazing?
That's where we want the hugging picture.
They wanted to remove an image of a woman hugging a cow from, like, they're micromanaging here. And not only that, like, what kind of say do they have as to what photos Miyoko's uses to market its products on its website?
Yeah.
That is, to me, that is a complete infringement on the First Amendment right. Unfortunately, the First Amendment doesn't include, it should say something about lying, because the dairy industry does quite a bit of that. And we do know that what happens in the dairy industry is not ever going to show up on a carton of milk or on a carton of cheese.
I mean, if anything, I would say the opposite, right? I would say that it should be illegal for dairy companies to put images of people hugging cows on their products, because there's no cow hugging going on at dairy facilities.
Yeah.
They're forcibly impregnating mothers against their will. They're forcibly retrieving semen from male cows. Imagine how they're doing that. They're killing baby male cows. They're forcing female baby cows into slavery, and then the same fate as their mother. And then when these cows no longer produce milk at a viable rate, then these cows are sold off to be turned into hamburgers. So I don't know if you can really put an image of someone lovingly hugging a cow on a
No, in fact, I
dairy
could bring
product.
I don't know if you have an extra plug for my external hard drive, but I can show you what happens on a dairy farm, because we went to several vigils and hung out, bore witness is a more appropriate term, bore witness in front of many dairy farms in Ontario, California specifically, and I have footage that I saw with my own eyes. Can we put that on here?
Let me see.
We maybe have
I
to.
think I'm out of inputs, but
I can transfer
me
it to
see.
my computer.
let me see.
Do you have it on your computer?
I might. I don't
Okay.
know.
So for those of you over here in the chat arguing, blah, plant-based cheese, blah blah blah. Oh, why, I don't know. I'm kind of like just skimming. Veganism isn't natural. Someone said. Well, stick around. If you think it isn't natural, maybe okay. That's that's a good one to play, because that's a dairy farm. This mother cow had just given birth. She was literally licking the placenta off of. This is not graphic. Just hang out. Hold on. She was literally licking the placenta off of her newborn baby.
Yeah.
And if you will, so a lot of these cows are pregnant. Okay, where are you?
I'm here. I want to.
Where are you?
We're
trying to show you.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. So this is a video we took. This dairy farm is actually by a high school. So like a lot of high school students walk by.
Oh.
So, yeah, can you, oh, yeah. So do you see? Is there sound? Oh, it doesn't matter. The sound doesn't matter because it's probably just me there filming. But you see, this baby was just born.
Mm-hmm.
She's just born, and all that mother wants to do is take care of her baby.
Yep.
And like,
Guess what's going to happen to the baby?
In a few, I mean, we couldn't stay there for. Plus, if they caught us filming, because even if you're on, we were on a public sidewalk, but if they see you filming, they're gonna try to shut you down. So we were sort of like there for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And that mother, like, she deserves to be, first of all, it was like 90 degrees that day.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. There's no hay, there's no like private enclosure for her and her baby. There's all these cows around. I mean, this thing was expansive. And that's the same exact dairy farm where I don't know if you have the other one with the bulldozer.
I was trying to find that one.
That's the one we want to show you.
Sure, yeah.
So for anyone complaining about plant-based cheese out there, I mean, just stick around and watch this stuff. I mean, this is stuff that I filmed. Like, you could go and see where the cheese you buy comes from, where the milk you buy comes from, and just maybe, like, if you see it for yourself, because everyone always thinks, oh, just because, like, people always think that it's some, like, one-off thing that was caught on video, but it's so regular that pretty much every time we went, something would happen. Something would happen. Let's see. Brian's looking.
There we go.
Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think I cried a little bit
I can probably
in this, because I was so shocked what I was seeing. And you can put the volume up so you see it's my voice.
Yeah, I think I have to go to this, and then over here we have this. Oh boy. Let me see here.
So this is what you would call a downed cow, a cow who cannot get up for.
Let's see if this is.
It could be reasons of, she's.
Yeah, it's playing.
Okay.
So,
Oh, yeah.
hold on. I have to be able. I want to be able to show.
Can they hear it?
They can hear it. Yes. It's right here. That's the audio right here. So
Okay.
let me know, guys.
Let us know if it's too loud. Oh, it's not fully on the screen though.
Maybe one of the most impactful videos I show you guys. Look at this. They are hoisting a downed cow with a tractor right now before my very eyes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, I mean, come on. And
That's the cow hugging industry right there.
Yeah, that's what and that's where it cut. It actually, the rest of the video was that. I cut that for Instagram, so for a video compilation, but the rest of the video is just the tractor taking the cow back to the, I don't know what the building is. But this is, and look at this, by the way, let me point out right here, what do you guys see at the bottom of this video? Let me just point out to this.
Let me do this, yeah.
At the very bottom, where the cement, like on the outside of the fence, you see all that hay? That's your grass-fed cow.
Yeah.
That's your grass-fed cow.
That's grass-fed dairy.
Oh, don't we love marketing? There are people go to college for marketing.
Yep.
There's a science to marketing. There's a way that you can lie and not really quite lie when it comes to marketing. Have you ever watched Mad Men, by the way? Go watch Mad Men. So,
What's going on?
I don't know. You guys are, I don't know. There's some like
People are fighting about
intellectual
some-
dishonesty going on here. Like, please. Let's just finish
It's
this.
usually argumentation against veganism does
But
involve
the thing is, you
some
guys aren't
level of
arguing.
intellectual,
You guys aren't arguing against veganism. You're literally fighting with yourselves, with your conscience. I can feel it. I can see it. It's so obvious.
All right, continuing.
Okay.
At the forefront of the burgeoning movement towards ethical and sustainable alternative foods, Miyoko Shinner, the owner of the company, was shocked by the letter, saying California is supposed to be an innovative and progressive state, and yet they are putting up roadblocks that could harm innovation. Nonetheless, the meat and dairy industries and their lobbyists insist that terms like cultured vegan butter and plant-based cheese confuse consumers who are not seeking vegan products. Similar moves to police marketing of vegan and vegetarian products have been made around the country in states like Mississippi, Arkansas, Texas, and Louisiana.
It's
yeah,
so
those
funny
are all the red states.
because a lot of these products are like in little vegan sections within the supermarket.
They're usually not with the other dairy
Except
products.
for Beyond Meat, thank goodness, and Impossible. They've managed to stick those into.
Yes.
And I know vegans had a whole meltdown over this, but guys, we're trying to get meat eaters to see the products.
Yeah.
Like, forget about you. It's not about you. And ew, I don't want to touch it. I want to look at the dead animals. Yes, that's true. I don't know about you. I don't hang out in the meat section. I know where the Impossible Burger is. I know where the Beyond Meat is. I beeline towards that shit and I grab it and go. But y'all are like, oh, but I don't want to. This is not for you. This is for the non-vegans to see, oh, what is this new thing? Why is it here? Maybe it tastes the same or similar. Maybe I should try it. Like, we're trying to get people on board. I remember when this was such a big deal and the only people complaining were vegans.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the times, as Anna said...
I get really annoyed at vegans. More annoyed at vegans sometimes than...
Well... Because
non-vegan... I'm not going to say the word I'm thinking. Non-vegan argumentation is it's understandable. It's logical considering where non-vegans are at in their journey. I hate calling it a journey, but... a
la John Venus.
Yeah, but in their journey towards realization, it makes sense for non-vegans to say certain things. But sometimes it baffles me, the things that vegans say that completely seem to tamp down. They're like, shh, shh. I hear shushing is what I hear.
I think we're a non-vegan to get upset at Beyond Meat being in the meat section of a grocery store. I think would prove Beyond Meat's marketing successful. Because they would go, man, why is this vegan meat in the meat section? And to which I would say, aha, you recognize that it's vegan meat. You are not confused. You know exactly what this product is. Probably because it says plant-based patties or whatever it says like directly on the front of the packaging. Like the milks are together, I think. Like it's very common for soy milk, almond milk to be next door to the dairy milk. But as Anna was saying, in a lot of grocery stores, at least the ones here in California, there will be like a vegan section. A
little refrigerated
and it'll have like the vegan lunch meats, the vegan cheeses, the vegan sour cream and cream cheese and all that stuff. Miyoko's Creamery filed its lawsuit against the CDFA in February of 2020. The company was represented by co-counsels Deepak Gupta and Neil K. Sawhney of the Animal Legal Defense Fund, which has, quote, been at the forefront of demanding and enforcing fair regulation of plant-based foods.
Good. Thank you, Animal Legal Defense Fund.
Because the meat and dairy are so much bigger, so they have more money to throw around. So if they can unfairly, tip the playing field in their favor, they'll do it. And according to a statement from the company's legal team, Miyoko's legal team, the lawsuit argues that the CDFA's enforcement position is an attempt to unconstitutionally censor truthful commercial speech, violating Miyoko's First Amendment right to free speech. This month, Judge Richard Seaborg of the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California agreed.
Well, there you go. Verdict in. In his August 11 ruling, Seaborg found the Creamery's marketing tactics to be truthful and upheld the company's First Amendment rights to label its products as vegan alternatives to traditional dairy. Seaborg also pointed out a major hole in the state of California's argument. There was no evidence of consumer confusion or marketing deception.
Really?
Oh,
That's
did
so
we
weird.
miss the part about presenting evidence in court? Oops.
Yeah.
Oopsie.
Like it confuses customers. Do you have an example of that? No. But it's confusing. Do you have evidence that it's confusing? No. Just, we want them to stop selling things. The state's showing of broad marketplace confusion around plant-based dairy alternatives is empirically underwhelming. He said, nowhere, for instance, does the state present testimony from a shopper tricked by Miyoko's vegan butter or otherwise make the case for why Miyoko's substitute spread is uniquely threatening to the public. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. By the way, if this ever were to happen, say just a one-off chance, someone's like, oh, what is this? I meant to get cow breast milk cheese.
Mm-hmm.
One, you can go return it. Unfortunately, anytime you return food to a supermarket, it goes in the trash.
Probably gets thrown out, yeah.
Probably. Or maybe they're like, oh, well, you know what, let's try it. One of two things could happen. Nothing uniquely threatening, as this says.
Mm-hmm.
The ruling marks a major victory of free speech and free markets in the vegan space. According to ALDF Executive Director Stephen Wells, the decision also chips away at the corrupting power that industry lobbyists wield over governmental agencies. Indeed, California is by far the largest source of dairy in America.
Yep.
Oh, to all the people out there who say us city folk don't know
I
a
know.
thing about dairy. We're in the midst of it.
That always bothers me. People are like, in the Midwest, we make dairy. It's like, the West Coast makes a lot of dairy.
Not that we're not proud of it at all.
Not proud of it, but the number one export of California is cheese. It's dairy.
No.
There's a lot of dairy farms in California.
Here it says, producing 41.3 billion
There you go.
pounds of milk in 2020 alone.
There you go.
But the rise of vegan products has proven swift and threatening. Cue my evil laugh.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
As the market shifts towards dairy alternatives, the traditional dairy industry and its lobbyists have been reactive.
I.e. scared.
Because we all know what happens when people get scared and triggered. They react, usually emotionally.
So the CDFA's attempt to censor Miyoko's from accurately describing its products and providing context for their use is a blatant example of agency capture, Wells said in a statement. The fact that animal milk producers fear plant-based competition does not give state agencies the authority to restrict one industry in order to help another industry. Miyoko Shinner is confident that the ruling will fortify the burgeoning vegan industry that is providing...
Pardon me. Hold on.
Hey, Fireoo.
Fire woke up. Hold
Hi,
on.
Bubby.
Did you
You awake
move?
from your nap?
Do you want to come over here with
What's
Mommy?
up?
No. Did you poop a doo? Oh, yes, we did.
I'll hold
good.
him.
It's a good one, though. You want to hold him?
I'll hold him.
Oh, everybody.
Come here.
I'm going to bring him a tissue, though.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold him the other way.
yeah.
Doop, doop, doop.
This
Okay.
one?
Yeah. Wow.
This is Ruru. Hold on. Watch yourself.
I know. I know. I'm gonna get it under my armpit there. Hi.
Okay.
How are you?
Sorry. Did you finish reading?
Hi.
Oh, my goodness. Is that the end of the article?
Oh no, I was saying. Where was I at? Oh. Yes, Miyoko Shinner is confident that the ruling will fortify the burgeoning vegan industry that is providing sustainable and ethical alternatives to traditional animal products. Food is ever evolving, and so too should language reflect how people actually use speech to describe the foods they eat, she said in an ALDF press release. We are extremely pleased by this ruling and believe that it will help set a precedent for the future of food. So what I've always said...
That is the end.
Oh, that's the end. Okay. So what I've always said about topics like this, right, is you very brief... Oh, you have to go over here. You have to go over there.
Where? You do it.
Ding.
Oh.
Doop.
Oh.
So, yeah, you mentioned at the beginning how, no one has gotten upset for the decades and decades and decades that some foods like peanut butter, apple butter, coconut cream, coconut milk. There are certain foods that have been called milk or butter. Cream of tartar, which is not even a cream, it's a powder, right? There's certain like foods that have gotten away with calling their thing butter or cream or milk or whatever. And no one said anything. It wasn't until plant-based companies came out with direct dairy competition.
Oh, I forgot to put this one.
That's when they get upset,
Yep.
right? So they're like, oh, peanut butter, you can call peanut butter, that's fine. Wait a minute, vegan butter, hold on. Because no one is buying peanut butter in place of dairy butter. People are just buying peanut butter to put it on a sandwich. But that makes their argumentation fall apart, because if your argumentation were to hold true, then people should be wildly confused by almond butter and peanut butter, just like they are with cashew butter or plant-based butter or vegan butter, or dairy-free butter alternative or whatever, right? There should be extreme confusion among everyone picking up cans of coconut milk going, is this dairy milk? This isn't dairy milk? Wow, I'm confused. That's not how it works. And so clearly these companies are showing they're afraid. They're afraid that people are going to stop buying their products and start buying the plant-based products. And since vegans are only 3% of the world's population, what this means is it's not only vegans buying these products, and it means that it's working. Vegan activism is working.
Yep.
The vegan message is getting out there. More and more people are buying plant-based products. It is working.
You know what? What's funny is that even if these companies got their way, if the meat and dairy industry got its way, and they changed the labeling on all these plant-based products, and they can no longer be called cream or cheese or milk, guess what? They would still be getting bought. Because what vegans are after is, like, if you're vegan, I'm not saying plant-based. Plant-based and vegan are two different things. If you're vegan, what we are after is we are trying to eliminate as much cruelty from our lifestyles as possible. So I don't care if you could call it poop butter. Well, maybe don't call it poop butter. But that would be a false advertising, actually. You could call it whatever, vegan, cultured, or like plant-based, all cultured, fermented, I don't care. It's cruelty-free. And that's all I care about, you know? So these industries are just grasping at straws is what they're doing. They're like this. They're like, this is what I imagine them doing.
They're just bummed.
Yeah.
They're bummed that people are buying Miyoko's butter and they're not buying dairy butter, and they're scared. What was the thing you wanted to?
Oh, it's an email. So I subscribe to Robinhood newsletters. Robinhood is like an economics. It's digestible financial news for anyone interested in the economy, and sometimes I get stuff like this. How can I transfer this to your computer? Can I forward you the email?
You can forward it to
Here,
me, yes.
hold on. And literally the title of that week, this was sent to me August 16th. So the title of this Robinhood snack, they call it, is Fake Fish, Real Opportunity. So this is just, Robinhood is an app that you can download, and you can purchase stock through Robinhood, and it's super easy. Like, it's literally like you're buying something on Amazon, and you don't have to go through like a broker or anything like that. And along with the app, you get this newsletter every week to kind of keep you updated on how the economy is going, which means this is a non-biased source of information for all y'all out there who thinks that vegans, get their information from biased sources. I don't know. I really haven't heard that in a while, but sorry, I'm trying to get the there. It's like really hot. It's 100. Guys, it's not even 100 yet. It's 94 degrees. Maybe it's the lights.
Like 75? Yeah, the lights are hot.
But, so let's start here. Do you want to show,
Yeah, let me see if I
you
can.
want to put the thing on screen?
Boop,
This
boop.
is changing the subject. Just thought we'd chat about different things today, but this is really exciting because, again, non-biased source of information. Plant-based patties get all the love, but fake fish is growing and big food wants fin.
Once fin.
I missed the
Oh,
pun.
oh.
Plenty of fish in the sea, more like plenty of pea protein. Plant-based foods have become so mainstream that alternative meat patties are regulars at Burger King's, Dunkin', Starbucks, and Walmart. Then we have Oat Explosion. The global market for plant-based foods could grow to $450 billion by 2040, which would represent roughly a quarter of the $1.8 trillion meat market.
Real quick. Let's go back to Chrome here, and you can read here.
Oh, I'm reading from, okay. Soy stars. The growth has been driven by alternative milk and meat, which together make up 55% of total plant-based sales. But in the shadow of Oatly, Beyond Meat, and Impossible Foods, another alternative is growing fast. Fake fish. It's funny they call it fake fish, but
Yeah.
I guess it's alliterative, so it's cute.
Yeah.
Friend keeps telling you to watch Seaspiracy as you inhale spicy tuna rolls. Alternative seafood is one of the fastest growing segments of the plant-based market. Think, tuna made from tomatoes, we actually just had some.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly.
We did have some tomato sushi.
Tomato sushi at
Very
Little
good.
Pine in Los Angeles. By the way, just go, it's delicious.
Yeah. We know the executive chef.
He's a dear friend. He's so
Yeah, we know people. We know people.
Okay. Artichoke crab cakes. Wow. Actually, that makes total sense.
Artichoke crab cakes, yeah.
Investment in U.S. plant-based seafood hit $70 million in the first half of 2021, as much as in the past 2 years combined, but it still makes up only $12 million or 0.1% of the $15 billion U.S. seafood market. That's partly because real seafood has a strong health halo. Crimea freshwater river. Big Food may have missed the fake meat boom, but it's not about to miss the fake fish fiesta. These guys are really cute.
Here you go.
Tyson invested in plant-based shellfish company New Wave Foods, which launched its seaweed-based shrimp this year. Nestle launched Vuna, a plant-based tuna alternative last year. It cited stats that 90% of global fish stocks are now fully or nearly depleted. Hey, 90%. You know what happens if fish die? We die. But people are like just...
I think people are willing to just ride this into the ground.
Oh,
I think they're just willing to ride it till the wheels fall off.
They don't care. They don't care. People like to like people just have a very poor like sense of future, like empathy towards future generations, empathy toward the planet. They just think I'm alive now, better enjoy it while I'm here, and then I die, and who cares? I don't like living that way. It doesn't feel good or right. Like I have, my sister has a daughter. I would like for her planet Earth to be healthy because I love her. I'm sure you all have family that you want to be able to not have to carry the burden of all the mess we made. Moving on, Thai Union Group, which owns tuna legend Chicken of the Sea, already makes plant-based fish and crab and plans to launch plant-based shrimp this year.
And here's the takeaway. The takeaway is that you can be late to the trend but early to the opportunity. Big Food was late to plant meat and milk, but they're early to fake fish. It's funny, right? Because I guess no one thought that plant-based meat and plant-based dairy would take off like they did, and they did, and so they were late for that. But the next step, obviously, is the plant-based seafood. There isn't yet a dominant player in the plant-based seafood, like there is for alt meat and milk. Plus, the faux meat giants aren't going after seafood yet. If companies can make plant-based seafood as tasty and nutritious as real fish, what?
Well,
Saturated fat,
It's an-
cholesterol, mercury poisoning. That's all nutritious.
It's an economy newsletter, not a health newsletter.
If they can make it as tasty and nutritious as real fish, they could be early to a big opportunity. And I think
That's it.
yeah. So clearly, as we said, the vegan activism, guys, is working.
Yeah.
Minds are being changed, hearts are being changed. People's buying habits are different now than they were even 2 years ago, 5 years ago, and it's only going to continue in that direction.
Yep.
I know so many non-vegans that will opt for like the oat latte at Starbucks or something.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people will go for the oat latte, the soy latte, the almond latte, even though they charge you an extra 89 cents or something ridiculous like that, because
That's gonna have to stop someday.
crazy.
It doesn't make any sense.
Catherine Green says, actually, meat and dairy is trying to act plant-based. I saw something that said oat milk on the from, but smaller, it said 50-50 dairy and oat milk.
Really?
Oh, it said
Wow.
oat milk on the front of the packaging, but then
What?
you realize it's 50-50. Yeah, well, Trader Joe's also has those almond mozzarella shreds. And it says like almond mozzarella shreds, and then you have to flip it over and it says 1% lactose.
Yeah.
Meaning
It's
there's milk in it.
So deceptive, and we emailed them about that years ago.
Yeah.
And then we were like, hey, can you carry more plant-based options?
And there they are.
There they are, all because of us. I'm just,
You know what was interesting?
no, I think
is,
it's just a lot of people wrote in,
yeah.
and they saw the trends.
I was talking to the checkout, like people at Trader Joe's, there are certain stores like Trader Joe's, Ace Hardware, DIY. There's certain stores where the employees are just like elated. They're just happy people, you know what I mean? You go into like a Home Depot, no one's happy in a Home Depot. Like no, customers, employees, no one's happy. But like you go to a Trader Joe's, like they're wearing Hawaiian shirts and they want to help you out, and they got the bell system, you know? They're like 3 bells, ding, ding, ding. I don't know if they get like good health care or good wages over there, but I was checking out and they noticed like the Stella Rosa wine, which is vegan, and it says vegan on the label. Now, a lot of wine companies are doing that. They're saying it says vegan and gluten-free or vegan. And
Well, not all Trader
And,
Joe's are doing that, but the Trader Joe's there's a Trader Joe's near where we live that literally labeled, there are more wines that are vegan than I ever thought. Like, they're just,
Well,
I think they're just
they're-
making an
they're-
effort to label.
yeah, they're just not on the label on the bottle itself. But now more companies are doing that. They're actually writing it on the label because they know that that's important to the consumer. So if they're going to miss out on a sale, they might be already making vegan wine, and then it just doesn't say vegan on the label. So vegans, in their hesitancy, are saying, well, I know this wine is vegan. I don't know if this one is vegan. I'll just go with the sure thing. So they don't want to miss out on sales. So now they're putting it on the label. And the checkout person at Trader Joe's was like, you know, we never carried Stella Rosa, and so many people asked us for it, and now we carry it. Like, that's literally all it takes. It takes enough people emailing saying, why don't you carry this thing?
Yeah,
And then they'll do it.
you can make a difference.
What?
Just,
Oh, there's people arguing about... I don't know. I don't know.
just
Oh, Jean.
good. Oh, hold on.
Jean says oat milk is easy to make if you have a blender.
We make
Which we
oat
make it,
milk.
yeah.
And actually, our oat milk turns out pretty good.
We
But
use-
Brian makes it. I'm lying.
We use
joking.
oats, water, maple syrup, and a little bit of salt, I think. Oh, and vanilla extract.
No.
Really simple.
Can we play? What's his name's? You know that clip from? Can we play that on here, or will we get flagged for copyright?
Oh,
Because it's on YouTube,
Milton,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, Milton Mills.
Milton Mills.
I just want to play because I'm seeing some
Sure.
comments in the chat here. I would like to play this specifically referring to a comment here that I'm seeing in the chat regarding dairy.
Let's see
I'm
here,
trying to
folks.
Oh, Peter. Hi, Peter. Hello, Peter. Thank you for joining us again.
Well, there's a lot of videos if you go
one from
into.
the little clip from, is it What the Health or?
Yeah, it's probably from What the Health, but there's this
Ooh,
one.
He lost his weight.
Yeah.
Sorry. I mean, I'm just noticing.
There's
he's
this
lost
one,
weight.
which is 8 minutes. This one, which is 2 minutes.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop.
It's Switch for Good.
Hold on, baby. I'm sorry.
And then this is probably the clips, but this is 26 minutes. This is 16 minutes.
No, I wanted the little tiny bit from What the, maybe, was it What the Health?
Probably.
Or no?
No, it probably was.
Where he, no. Maybe it was. But,
Oh, here we go.
where?
This is only 7 minutes. We can play this.
I don't know. Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see.
Let's see here,
Can we
guys.
play this though? Well, we can
Are we
comment
gonna
on
get-
it.
we're gonna get- we're
I think it's a
doing
commentary.
yeah, we're
Let's
doing-
do a commentary.
We're doing
Impromptu commentary.
impromptu commentary video here. Let's do it.
Because, and I don't want to mention names, but I want, some people to listen to this in the chat.
Yeah.
Because no one, I'll just let the video speak. for it.
See if you guys. Can you move that for
Yes.
a second?
Yeah.
Let me see here. Really loud.
Wow, you really tell it like it is.
We've
Dr.
never
Mills.
watched this
You don't
before.
mince words, and and everything you say is backed by science and also experience because you've been vegan for a long time. Can we start off just by learning from you how you became vegan and a vegan doctor, advocating for a plant-based diet?
Well, I actually became vegetarian when I was a teenager. I became Seventh-day Adventist, and the Seventh-day Adventist Church encourages its members to become plant-based because in the Bible, when God put Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, he told them to be vegan, not just vegetarian, but actually vegan. And I guess about a year and a half after joining the church, I was struggling with some personal issues and talking with God about it one day. And essentially he said to me, if you want a closer relationship with me, you have to have a clearer mind. After that, you need a better diet and you need to stop eating meat. So I just said, well, take away the desire. He did. And I stopped, and that was over 40 years ago. And then, and this all ties together with the dairy issue.
Do we need to go sit
After
down?
I finished my residency in the mid-90s at Georgetown, I was working in outpatient clinic settings, and I would have African Americans come in periodically and tell me that they were having problems with a spastic colon or irritable bowel.
You know if that's a
And
better
after
volume,
doing a
guys.
careful history, it was clear to me they were still eating dairy food. So I would ask them to go home, do 2 weeks with absolutely no dairy, come back and see if the problems had resolved. And in 8 to 9 out of 10 cases, the problems had disappeared. And I explained to the patients, well, the problem is that you can't tolerate dairy foods and you should stop eating them. And the kicker for me came when an older Black lady came back and, as with the other patients, the problems had disappeared when she stayed off the dairy. And I said to her, I said, well, you're lactose intolerant. That's why you're having these symptoms. And she looked at me and said, oh, I know that. And I was just really taken aback because I asked her,
Sorry,
well, if
let's
you
pause
know that
for 1
you
second.
can't tolerate.
Because what he's saying right now is what I feel like most of us, like even when I was not vegan yet, that's Antonio. I remember every time I ate, I felt like, like heavy, you're like, and I feel like, people who are lactose intolerant, people who eat meat and dairy and like don't feel like when you eating should be a rejuvenating process. It should like re-energize you. You should be ready to like go do stuff after eating. You shouldn't want to be like, oh, I'm just gonna lie on the couch and let it sit. But people like eat the way they eat then and feel gross, and that's been a normal, like it's been so normalized, like that's why he's saying like I couldn't believe it, like she's saying that she doesn't feel well after she eats dairy, yet she's continuing to eat dairy,
and she knows she's
and she knows it, and she knows she's lactose intolerant, and people would rather put up with the pain than people would rather give in to temptation and put up with the pain than do the thing that is better for their bodies. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. That's what you would call an addiction. You know, so.
Keep going.
Yeah, Bubby's gonna go on for a little while, but let's finish. Hold on. Do you have another one in you?
Probably.
Dairy foods, why are you still including them in your diet? And she said, because the government says I have to. The dietary guidelines say that all Americans should, include X amount of dairy foods every day. And it was at that point that I really became, quite frankly, angry, because I knew that the federal government was well aware of the fact that the majority of people of color are intolerant of dairy foods, of lactose-containing foods.
Pause. You want to look for the Physicians Committee of Responsible Medicine stat?
Sure.
Just to back him up, because, I know, like, some people can tolerate dairy, most people cannot. And it turns out that most people who cannot tolerate dairy are actually African American. They're black. And the government is targeting, is that the thing?
Yeah, is there a specific?
No. Yeah, there's a specific stat. Hold on. Let me look it up. Physicians. And just look for Physicians Committee for, lactose intolerance.
Intolerant.
No. Intolerance. And I think, no. Oh, because there are so many more articles now. Back in the day, you used to be able to find it. Type, I think it was 60% or 65%.
Doctors urge.
Here, I'll look it up. Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, lactose intolerant.
There you go.
Oh, that's it. That's it.
So dairy.
It's,
right here.
do you see? Oh, 60 to 80% of African Americans and Ashkenazi Jews are lactose intolerant. 95% of Asian Americans. 80 to 100% of Native Americans, and 50 to 80% of Hispanics, making up to about 30 to 50 million American adults. And I think there's some sort of percentage of that, what that totals.
Well, there's a global percentage where I know it's over
65.
It's over 60.
Yeah. Okay, so continue playing the video. So that is.
It's well over half of the entire world is lactose intolerant because we're primates. We're all apes. We're not supposed to be drinking breast milk from a cow. It's a ruminant animal. Yes, it's a mammal, but it's a ruminant, hooved animal with 4 stomachs that grows to 1,200 pounds.
Okay.
We're not supposed to be drinking the breast milk from that animal.
So the reason we're showing you this video is because you have the meat and dairy industry pushing this like really kind of dumb argument about labeling. Yeah. And you, I mean, if we're looking at the statistics, if we're looking at how many people in every ethnicity, well, most ethnicities listed there.
Other than white. It's basically only like European white people. Developed the mutation to digest cow milk.
Yes. like we're looking at how many people are just so drastically lactose intolerant, then you would wonder, why is the government, why is the big dairy and big beef pushing for this like labeling thing? It's such a minor thing, but they're really pushing, trying to get people away from plant-based dairy. Why? You know, when and the government is saying like, well, everyone should be eating, drinking. Why, if we have these statistics that state that all these people are lactose intolerant? Why? What is the answer to that? So that's something to think about. Like, why? So let's continue.
Or they also know that for some reason, African American women appear to be genetically protected against developing osteoporosis in the absence of some other concomitant disease. And so the reason that dairy foods are promoted to the American public, that is supposedly for protecting bone health, which, and we can come back to this, they actually don't protect your bones, but that reason wasn't even valid for this woman, yet the government is encouraging her to eat foods it knows will make her sick. And that was clearly a form of institutional racism. And so I went to PCRM, talked with the director, and Neil felt as strongly about it as I did. And out of that experience, we wrote and published a two-part study called Racial Bias in the U.S. Dietary Guidelines, Parts 1 and Part 2. Part 1 dealt directly with the issue of lactose intolerance and Americans of color, and then Part 2 looked at the larger issue of the fact that a animal food-centered diet promotes and creates excess disease in communities of color and correspondingly premature death and disability. And those papers were published in 1999 in the Journal of the National Medical Association. And once they were published, the North American, then vegetarian, now vegan society invited PCRM to come to their annual conference called Vegetarian Summerfest. It's now been changed to Vegan Summerfest, by the way, and present our findings. And so I was selected to go. And Vegan Summerfest is an amazing experience. It's a 4.5-day conference where NAVS, or the North American Vegan Society, takes over the University of Pittsburgh at Johnstown, brings in their own chef, and the entire environment is completely vegan. And being just immersed in that environment and learning not only the health issues associated beyond lactose intolerance in terms of the excess promotion of cancer, autoimmune problems, and so forth, but also the cruelty associated with the production of not only dairy foods but eggs is what helped me realize that I needed to eliminate those things from my diet. And so around 2000, I transitioned to vegan.
So thank you.
That's it. Okay, so that's just one component. I mean, we have to look at, because we primarily focus on ethics. Ethics seems to have been a driver in Dr. Milton Mills' transition from vegetarianism to vegan, and he's also a doctor, and so we like to listen to the experts, the authority figures who know about nutrition, and that's, to me, it's just weird that we know so many people are lactose intolerant. Otherwise, lactose-free dairy wouldn't be a thing either. So if that's the case, if so many people are lactose intolerant, and many of them might not even know they are, they just feel ill after eating ice cream. Oh, and sort of expected that you're going to feel ill after eating ice cream, that you might feel heavy and gross after eating like a plate of charcuterie or a plate of cheese or whatnot. And it's just, we've normalized this feeling of after we eat.
Yeah.
that shouldn't be. It's not how people feel after they eat. Eating is for re-energizing the body. So, you know, that is one component. And obviously he acknowledged the cruelty aspect that goes into dairy production, which is great. We've actually heard him speak publicly at the Animal Rights National Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's great.
Here's this
Just gonna
too.
catch up real.
There's another 2-minute video here we could play briefly.
And I know you guys are like having a back and forth, and like we really appreciate constructive conversation. So thank you for making that, you know, respectful and everything. And Gerudo Legends, by the way, thank you so much. You have donated. You have helped us so much with our
with Fireru and Antonio.
with Fireru and
Jackie.
Antonio, yeah, and we are so appreciative. And I know that we're not quite on the same page yet, in terms of like, you know, why vegan, and you know, if you have any questions, let us know. We're happy to answer them as best as we can. But I'm glad everyone's eggs are not. But I want to debunk all of the things. I know we're going through so many things. Eggs are not healthy though, guys. We can also play the video about eggs not being healthy by Dr.
Oh
my gosh, Dr. Nutritionfacts.org. Who says eggs aren't healthy? I think we're just gonna go through all the we're not targeting, but you are one of the only people I think in this chat, Gerudo Legends. No, I don't mean to point the like spotlight on you, but I think everyone knows you're one of the only people, and I think
whose mission
I don't know if
is
he
to
left
increase
yet.
demand for egg and egg products on behalf of U.S. egg producers.
But you know, you're here and you're here regularly, so I think you're getting something out of this, and maybe are interested in learning more, which is so amazing, because you know, like, I don't know where Vane is. Where's Vane? Vane is always first, and then he disappears forever.
Vane just likes to write first and skedaddle.
But thank you for sticking around and trying to learn and have conversations, and I'm glad that, you know, maybe you're getting something out of this. And I think, you know, if you say something that I think is debunkable, we're gonna try and, like, you know, because you say eggs are healthy, so let's watch this little video. Why not?
Producers. Now, if an individual egg company wants to run an ad campaign, they can say whatever they want. But if an egg corporation wants to dip into the $10 million the American Egg Board sets aside for advertising, because the board is overseen by the federal government, corporations are not allowed to lie with those funds. What a concept. Which leads to quite revealing exchanges between egg corporations that want to use that money and USDA on what egg companies can and cannot say about eggs. Thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, I was able to get my hands on some of those emails. Of course, a lot of what I got looked like this. Please note a number of items about our Salmonella Crisis module. Any questions? Or even better, entire sheets of paper that literally just said this. That was a whole sheet of paper. Our tax dollars hard at work. But check this out. This is some egg company trying to put out a brochure on healthy snacking for kids. But because of existing laws against false and misleading advertising, the head of USDA's Poultry Research and Promotion Programs reminds them that you can't couch eggs or egg products as being healthy or nutritious. See the words nutritious and healthy.
Hold on. What? The egg board itself can't couch eggs as being healthy or nutritious?
That's so weird.
What are we saying here?
That eggs are healthy? People just like to say things, though.
Actually, before I went...
Bacon is healthy. Butter is healthy. Eggs are healthy. People just say things.
People just say things. People, okay, and this is a personal experience that I had on set back when I was doing film. I filmed, and I guess I don't know if I should say the company, but before I went vegan, I filmed a commercial that never aired, actually. But I filmed a commercial.
A breakfast diner of some sort?
Yeah, a breakfast diner, popular in America. You guys can take some guesses. But it was literally, we were sitting at a table 4 of us, and we had to improv. In other words, write the copy, because actors are apparently, anyways, that's a long story. But we were told to improv and say things about the thing that we were eating, which included, the main thing that we were eating was this, like, it was, thank you. Yes, please. More tea. It was a waffle thing, and then we had they called it a side of eggs and bacon. But it was it should have been the main dish, because it was a giant plate of eggs and a giant plate of bacon. So this one girl at our table during one of the takes was like, "This is so fresh. This tastes so fresh," something like that. But she used the word fresh, and the script supervisor yelled "cut." Well, not the script. The director yelled "cut." The script supervisor said, "Can't use the word fresh." Why? Reasons, because there are certain words you literally are not legal to use in advertising when it comes to eggs. Because eggs they're not allowed to be called healthy or nutritious. So can I hit?
Go for it.
Eggs are supposed to be the most bioavailable protein source. Not sure. Anna Maxa, I would say anything that comes out of a chicken's butt vagina is not is not the most.
Supposed to. What is supposed to be?
I don't know. Supposed.
They're
to.
supposed to be.
No, but no.
Yeah, chocolate cake is supposed to be really good for you, but it isn't.
But I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I have my chickens right here. Like, if I had a dog or if our cat laid an egg, I don't think
or just had a period on the floor.
I would not, or an ovulation, whatever you want to call it. When I see Jackie lay an egg out of her butt, I love your butt.
Yeah,
Chicken
it's also
Jackie.
Covered in other things that come out of butts.
Yeah. I don't think that my first thought is, let me throw that on the stove. Like, I don't know who thought of these things. Like, who looked at a chicken lay an egg, who watched a chicken lay an egg and go, like, can you imagine?
Wonder what that tastes like.
Oh my God.
Probably tastes like a chicken's butt vagina.
Yeah.
Because it just came out of a chicken's butt vagina.
So, Angry Vegan, you are right. It's illegal for the egg industry to label eggs as safe as well, and we'll get into that in this video.
They carry certain connotations. That food is actually good for you. But because eggs have the amount of cholesterol they do, plus all the saturated fat, the words healthy and nutritious are problematic when it comes to eggs. This is the USDA saying this. However, the USDA helpfully suggests you can say eggs are nutrient dense. Wait a second, why can you say eggs are nutrient dense but not nutritious? Because there's no legal definition of nutrient dense. You can say Twinkies and Coca-Cola are nutrient dense, but legally, you can't say something is nutritious unless it's actually nutritious. So, for example, the egg industry wanted to run this ad calling eggs a nutritional powerhouse that aids in weight loss. The USDA had to remind the industry you can't portray eggs as a diet food because of the fat and cholesterol content. In fact, they have nearly twice the calories of anything that can be called low calorie.
Oh.
Nutritional powerhouse can't be used either. Fine, the industry said they'll move to Plan B and headline the ad Exceptional Nutrition. Nope, because again, given the saturated fat and cholesterol, you can't legally call eggs nutritious. So the ad ended up Find True Satisfaction, and instead of weight loss, they had to go with Can Reduce Hunger. USDA.
Oh.
Which is hilarious, because
Eggs can reduce hunger.
anything you put in your mouth and swallow can reduce hunger. Not saying you should put anything in your mouth.
No.
But it's funny
Consuming calories can reduce hunger.
which
Yes.
is a fact. That's the thing, is like this ties to what we were saying with the first thing we were talking about, which is plant-based dairy and the labeling and everything. It is, when it comes to advertising, you can say the truth without saying the truth, kind of thing. Yeah, kind of. So it's like, eggs reduce hunger. How funny to see that on if you saw that on packaging, would you be like, oh boy, that's an innovative thing?
I mean, I'll just say that, like, for the soccer team that crashed in the Andes Mountains, was it? And then resorted to cannibalism, human flesh can reduce hunger. If you're starving to death in the Andes after a plane crash, like,
Yeah.
Anything you put into your stomach with calories can fulfill this role.
Dirt could reduce hunger gene.
Like eating a piece of tree bark. Like eggs are chicken and reptile food. Like birds and reptiles are very similar. Eggs are reptile. Like reptiles eat eggs. Chickens eat eggs. Primates do not eat eggs.
No. It's
like
odd. It's like if you just
bonobos, chimpanzees, silverback gorillas.
think intuitively. Like I feel
do you
like
see them
should
cooking eggs?
If we were to be sitting here, let's say we're at the beginning of time when everything has just started out, and we're just sitting there, and there's a tree with bright red fruit on it. I'm not talking about Adam and Eve, by the way. Let's just pretend that this is just a tree with whatever, pink fruit, orange fruit, and then there's a chicken.
That you can see vividly with your trichromatic vision.
Yes.
And you can pick easily with these 5 handy digits on your hand.
And then next to you have a chicken, and she goes into like a 2-hour labor, and like and you're watching her labor, and she's panting, and then she lays a slime, like this egg, and there's maybe a little bit of slime, maybe a little bit of poop.
It smells horrible.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't smell, hopefully not. But, would you think, oh, let me try that? Or should I just go pick the apple off the tree and bite into it? I just wonder what people were thinking.
Oh.
So let's play.
He congratulated them on their cleverness. Yes, a food that when eaten can reduce hunger. What a concept. You can't even call eggs a food relatively low in calories. Can't say eggs are low in saturated fat. They're not. Can't say they're relatively low in fat. Can't even call them a rich source of protein because they're not.
Nope. 6
It's
grams per
illegal
egg.
to advertise that eggs pack a nutritional wallop. Can't truthfully say that. Or have a high nutritional content. You can't say eggs are nutritious at all.
Can't say this.
You can't say nutritious. Cannot say eggs are nutritious.
I
Sometimes you
know
have to
he's
tell
flipping, and he's flipping the things really quickly, but if you can
Nutritional
pause
content.
and read through
You
this,
can't say
and
eggs
it
are
says, I
nutritious.
can't say this.
This is from the egg board, guys.
This is the Egg
Egg
Board
board.
Association.
Egg board debating
the
what-
people who sell you the eggs.
Yeah, this is them debating what they can legally put on there. This isn't vegan propaganda.
No.
This is egg board debating what they can put on
And
their products
via-
and not get sued.
Via the Freedom of Information Act, you can get this kind of material with the Freedom of Information Act.
At all. Can't say nutritious. Cannot say eggs are nutritious. Sometimes you have to tell the industry a few times. Eggs have so much cholesterol you can't even say they contribute nutritionally. Can't say eggs are healthful.
No adverbs.
Certainly can't say they're healthy. Have you seen how much cholesterol there are in those things? Can't say healthy. Can't even say eggs contribute healthful components.
They're like
Since you
a
can't say eggs are a healthy start to the day, the USDA suggests satisfying start.
No.
Can't call eggs a healthful ingredient, but you can call eggs a recognizable ingredient. Can't truthfully say eggs are good for you. Can't say they're good for you by law. The egg industry needs to steer clear of words like healthy or nutritious. For food to be labeled healthy under FDA rules, it has to be low in saturated fat. Eggs fail that test. And less than 90 milligrams of cholesterol per serving. Even half an egg fails that criteria. For the same reason, you can't tout ice cream for healthy bones. You can't say eggs are healthy because they exceed the limit for cholesterol.
Yeah.
Egg corporations aren't even allowed to say things like, eggs are an important part of a well-balanced, healthy diet on an egg carton, because it would be considered misleading, according to the USDA's National Egg Supervisor, since eggs contain significant amounts of fat and cholesterol, and therefore contribute to the leading killer in the United States, heart disease. The industry can't afford to tell the truth about eggs, or even the hens that lay them. The industry crams 5 to 10 birds in cages the size of a file cabinet their whole lives, but when providing footage to the media, the American Egg Board instructs, do not show multiple birds in cages, they look too crowded, and open us up to activist criticism.
Meaning we don't want to show you the truth.
Yeah.
Why would we do that? It would keep you from buying the thing we want to sell to you. Why would we show you?
In other words, do not show the truth. Not only is the industry barred from saying eggs are healthy, they can't even refer to eggs as safe. All references to safety must be removed, because more than 100,000 Americans are salmonella poisoned every year from eggs. The Egg Board response to this egg-borne epidemic is that salmonella is a naturally occurring bacteria. The egg industry didn't think that should necessarily be the key message, fearing it may be counterproductive by implying there's no avoiding salmonella in eggs aside from avoiding eggs altogether. That's why the American Egg Board can't even...
It's like, oh my gosh, this brings to mind, guys, this one time when we were first starting out in our activism, and I was like super pumped, and this like listeria, remember listeria? There was a huge listeria contamination on some, I think it was spinach or something, and I was like, I'm going to put my investigative journalism to work. And so I went and found where the product, the spinach, was being grown. And I went on Google Maps and I noticed that there were lagoons not very far from that farm. Lagoons, if you will recollect, are literally feces ponds. And they're not just feces, it's any waste that comes out of a factory farm, because in factory farms, you know, if they're the typical warehouse or whatever drainage systems they have, whether it be slats or all that stuff goes into these huge lagoons, and it's just the worst. I mean, we can show you footage of that if you haven't seen them, but it's the worst smell. It's like blood, feces, urine, you know, miscarriages, vomit, anything goes down in that. So I am like and I'm like, of course there's this listeria contamination, because most lagoons, they have these sprinklers, and that's how, because lagoons fill up. So how do they get rid of the
How do they empty them?
So they have these sprinklers, and they go out into and that's where the movie Speciesism comes in. If you guys haven't watched the documentary Speciesism, it's a little bit like, you know,
I think it's free on YouTube.
It's free on YouTube. It's not high def or anything, but it's got really good information. And they spray this stuff into communities, like usually lower income communities that don't have the clout to speak up. But this documentary actually featured a few people who were discussing like the health impact that was having on their families and their town. Okay, so what I'm getting to is you have these lagoons, these what was I getting to?
Spraying the listeria on.
Yeah, the listeria. So I'm like, yeah, the listeria is not, it might be naturally occurring in the wrong environment. So if you're spraying lagoon water on spinach fields, then yeah.
Or arugula or
like,
romaine lettuce.
You know, when you guys see like in the news, like, oh, arugula recalled due to E. coli or salmonella or listeria, anything like that, they always point to the vegetable. They're always like, the spinach was recalled, the thing was recalled. A lot of the times, like, you know, the chicken nuggets were recalled or the thing, but they never, you read the article. Every time that happens, read the article. One time I have read something that insinuated that it might have come from a nearby a dairy farm or whatever, but they never say where it comes from. I don't know if they're just not, if they're gonna face like legal issues, but it's very common for those kinds of diseases to come from fecal matter, usually from farms nearby. So salmonella poisoning, here's the thing. When chickens lay eggs, and I don't know if, like, again, we can show you. I remember there's a video I'm already thinking about on YouTube. But when they lay eggs, there is feces around. Sometimes feces gets like stuck on chickens' bums because they have feathers down there. And not all chickens are pooping nice little well-formed, they're called well-formed nuggets. Some chickens are ill, and that's
if they're healthy.
Yeah, if they're healthy, which most chickens
in
the industry are not. So they are, you know, diarrhea, and they get stuck to the feathers, and they get pasty, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And so when the egg comes out, inevitably that stuff ends up on the egg. I don't know how they're washing this, like what kind of so they're not safe to eat. they're exposed to fecal matter. So go. Sorry, I'm going
I was
on
gonna
and on
say
and on.
it's okay. I was gonna say, so Garuda Legend. If we go back in the chat a little bit, Garuda Legends. We have a serious. I mean, I have two serious questions. Well, I have one comment and then one serious question for you, which is you said based on the nutrients in eggs, it is heart healthy in my opinion. So your opinion doesn't matter.
We're saying
My
that.
opinion.
Hold on. We're saying that in a factual way, not
In a
in
fa- not in a-
an
not in a mean
insulting way.
My opinion of
Doesn't matter.
eggs doesn't matter. Anna's opinion of eggs doesn't matter. Your opinion of eggs doesn't matter.
The point.
What's
No one's
in eggs?
no one's opinion of eggs
Right.
matters. The point is.
Yeah. If it were my opinion that vegan pancakes were the healthiest breakfast on planet Earth, they have protein, they have fiber, they have nutrients, they're health. I could sit here all day long and say like vegan pancakes with maple syrup and powdered sugar. That's the healthiest breakfast you can. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it true. And I could list all the nutrients in vegan pancakes and maple syrup and powdered sugar. It would not make it true.
Yeah.
There's nothing about my opinion, your opinion, her opinion. What's in food is factual. And
Like I would like to tell you guys, like, yeah, go buy well, we already did.
What?
Well, I'm not promoting Trader Joe's chili lime flavored delicious
Yeah, tortilla chips.
Takis, whatever these are. Like we show you these things, but I cannot say that like these might be vegan. We could eat all the vegan stuff on here. Like
Well-
most of the stuff we've been eating lately, as you can tell, is not whole foods.
Well, no, I'll just say right here, there's protein.
Yeah, there's
There's no cholesterol.
no cholesterol.
Yeah, there's carbs. There's 8 grams of fat.
It really matters how you tout a product. 'Cause
There's iron.
We could point to all the positive things about this Taki, and it is not going to. It's
not
not
healthy.
healthy. It's not healthy. It is vegan. It is plant-based. I would love for people to, I could push plant-based as much as I can, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is healthy.
No.
If it's processed, it's
Yeah.
It's
And
junk.
So,
It's
Garuda,
junk.
you're saying are pancakes not already vegan? Sometimes people put eggs or dairy in their pancakes. I'm just saying if you made a completely plant-based pancake recipe, which is basically just fried dough, and then people put drizzle maple syrup on them and
chocolate.
or chocolate or whatever, that's not healthy. And it could be my opinion that it's packed with nutrients and that it's good for me. That doesn't make it true. And then a serious question for you, Garuda Legends, you can let us know in the chat. You said, please just remember that I am for animal welfare. I want all livestock to be happy before meat harvest. My question to you is why? Why do you want your animals to be happy?
Yeah.
Because honestly, if you told me that, hey, you know that guy that picked all the apples that you bought at the store? He smacked all the apple trees hard before he picked all the apples. Like he just smacked all these apple trees. He like slapped the trunk and he like hit the trunk with a he took a branch off the
kinda
tree
sad, though.
and then he hit the trunk of the tree with its own branch. And then he picked the apples and so like I would not care. Because
Don't do that.
plants don't feel pain. Plants aren't sentient.
Yeah, but don't do that.
So why do you want sentient, living, innocent beings
Yeah.
to be treated kindly only for you to kill them needlessly
But
for
the
food?
fact is that the fact that you're acknowledging that you want them to be happy before, quote, meat harvest, which is strange that you use the word harvest because harvest is one of the euphemisms that the meat industry uses. Hunters use it too. It really stands for killing. Harvest. You don't harvest animals. You don't harvest meat. You kill animals. And you steal their muscle meat from their bodies because that belongs to them. Mm-hmm. They are animals that are born, and it's not their fault that they are born who they are, and we take their meat, their muscles off of their bodies to put in our mouths when we don't have to. Mm-hmm. But the fact that you're even acknowledging that you want them to be happy means that you acknowledge that them not being happy is a bad thing.
Yeah.
And why does that matter then? Why do we draw the line at the point where why does welfare matter all the way up until the time comes to kill them for the taste buds? People always say that. It's like, oh, animal welfare. But why do we draw the line at convenience? When I get it, when it's my palate, when it's my mouth, when it's my taste pleasure, then we can kill them. It's okay, as long as they were happy before that. But why is it that when we come into the picture, here's the human ego is very big, it's very powerful, and it's very damaging to the planet. When we come into the picture, everyone stop, everything stop, it's, you know, that's kind of like the mentality we need to get away from. Like, we need to, if we're following the line of logic that animal happiness and animal welfare matters, then we need to continue that logic to the very end.
Well, it's like
it shouldn't stop mattering just because we insert ourselves into the picture.
It's like that Parliament article that we responded to.
Yes.
They were saying, well, if we recognize that animals are sentient and have feelings, then it's going to kind of point us all towards a vegan lifestyle. Let me get this for you.
I like your Takis.
Let's make a wish.
That's not a good
Your
start.
weak vegan breath. you need vegan diaphragm strength.
Because I have stuff in my mouth. I didn't want to blow Takis all over the place.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm going to swallow first.
Go for it. I'll just be here waiting.
Oh my gosh, Ryan, stop.
Do it. Now it's on your finger. Your wish won't come true. Good.
Now it's in the Takis.
All right.
Okay, can we finish the video? It's almost done.
Yeah, I know. Garuda says, I do love lentils. Well, that doesn't answer our question. Okay. So I have this
well,
lovely...
we love having Garuda because he, I think we've determined, or they, however you would prefer.
So I have this here.
You have posed really good, very good discussion points. And you know, we are not pointing the flash, like the what do you call when you're on a stage?
Spotlight?
The spotlight.
Yeah.
On you to what, you know, we're only pointing it at you because you're asking the good questions.
Yes. Okay. So here's what I would say, Anna.
Yes. Sorry, I was just reading some.
So I have this lovely mug.
Oh my goodness.
I have this lovely mug. And it says on it, Modern Day Debate. Because we know James Coons very well. We've been on Modern Day Debate a few times.
James.
So anyone in the chat, anyone on planet Earth is always welcome to email James Coons at Modern Day Debate and challenge us to a debate on veganism. We have an open debate offer to anyone who wants to debate veganism.
Yay.
You want to finish this?
Yeah, let's finish it.
Mention anything but eggs cooked hard and dry. No soft boiled, no over easy, no sunny side up, because of salmonella. The American Egg Board's own research showed that the sunny side up cooking method should be considered unsafe. And because of avian influenza as well, not just salmonella, in light of bird flu viruses, eggs must be cooked firm. The VP of marketing for the Egg Board complained to the USDA, saying they'd really like to not have to dictate that yolks are firm. What about some Washington Post article saying running yolks may be safe for everyone except pregnant women, infants, elderly, or those with chronic disease? Turns out that was a misquote. They can't be considered safe for anyone. Instead of safe, you can call eggs fresh, the USDA marketing service helpfully suggests, but you can't call eggs safe. You cannot say eggs are safe to eat, can't say they're safe, can't even mention safety, can't say they're healthful. All references to healthfulness must be deleted as well. Wait a second. Eggs can't really be called healthy? Eggs can't even really be called safe? Says who? Says the United States Department of Agriculture.
Why don't we play? Can we play the? Would it be okay to play? Remember the egg commercial that we? Because I want to put this to the test. There was it Eggland's Best?
Oh yeah.
Eggland's Best. So
I don't know if we can find their commercial.
Let's find their commercial and analyze it and say and look at how.
This is 11 years ago.
No. Let's look Eggland's Best commercial. No, it's got to be the recent one. The incredible edible. I hate that I know that. But it's funny because the incredible edible egg
Yeah.
It's like
Doesn't say anything.
yes,
Yes,
it
they're
doesn't
edible.
say anything. It's edible. Yes, it is. Wait, let me see. I'm sure there's got to be. Hold on.
Here's a.
No, it's. 20.
It's only 16
This
seconds,
one.
though.
This one.
It's only 16
Well,
seconds. It's
yeah, but
this
that's
one.
okay. Well, let's
Uh,
play it and see. I don't
let's see.
want to like play.
Ashley Wetzel, I think, is an actor or something because she said my first Eggland's Best commercial.
No, play one of the first.
I'll do this one because it's
Okay,
these are.
one of the first. Yeah,
'Cause this is 16. That's 16.
that might be the same one. Let's see.
The best eggs in so many ways. Which cage-free eggs taste fresher and more delicious? Only Eggland's Best. Which organic eggs have more vitamins and less saturated fat? Only
Fresher and more delicious, I think, is what she said.
Fresher than what?
Fresher than what?
That the thing is, like, you see the choice of words. Fresher than what?
We'll go back
I
here.
can't
Hold
hear
on a
that,
sec.
by the way.
best eggs in so many ways. Which cage-free eggs taste fresher and more delicious? Only Eggland's Best.
Yeah, which eggs taste fresher and,
And
more
more
delicious?
delicious.
More delicious than
Then
what?
Fresher than what?
Which organic eggs have more vitamins?
Now, is more vitamins compared to ordinary eggs?
What is an ordinary egg?
I don't know.
Less saturated
Less saturated fat than an ordinary egg? I don't know what an ordinary egg is compared to an Eggland's Best
fat.
egg.
Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better.
Better
Oh, right
tr-
there,
yeah.
right there. Better taste, better
Better
nutrition,
nutrition.
better eggs.
Because they can't say nutritious.
They can't say nutritious, but better nutrition. There is no
Than-
then what dirt?
Then what?
Then wood?
Then Sour Patch Kids?
Then
I don't know.
this piece of paper?
It's better nutrition than the dog poop, maybe? Or
So you see how the choice of words is so important.
yeah.
Like next time a commercial plays that features an animal product in it, let me know. But in the meantime, I would love to play you guys. We're just like, this is the smorgasbord of live streams because let's just, I think,
Oh, you want to play that?
yeah. So anyone who loves eggs maybe should
If it does or it doesn't, it's kind of irrelevant because
just
that's what they
typical
do.
first
They
video that
lay
popped
eggs
up
every
of a
day.
chicken laying an egg.
But in my personal
Let's just
opinion,
forward. So this is what y'all are eating. Not you. No, not most of you. I know, but
Oh, that white stuff smeared on the feathers, by the way, that's
That's-
you know,
feces.
tip's already dry.
it's
urine.
urine, specifically urine.
Come on, one more push. There it is.
Do you see?
Now watch the egg. There's so much heat inside of it, it'll dry.
And know
And you
that
don't wanna wash the
chickens
eggs
are
right away because it's a
producing
protective
in the
animal.
industry
Which
an egg every
all these
day.
processing places see,
Is
you
the
know,
average
That's not it changing color. That's it drying.
300
All these
eggs
processing
a year.
plants,
So
they
average
wash them right away, and
maybe one
you
and a
get
half
salmonella
days.
outbreaks because they wash all that protective coating off of it. So another reason to have your own eggs is for safety. You know, if you keep dirty chickens, you're gonna get dirty eggs. If you take care of your chickens, you're gonna get nice and clean, organic.
But
Well, yeah, but
but
factory farmed eggs, do you think they're in clean conditions? No.
let me bring somebody on here. Hi, handsome boy. Hi, oh, Moose found the sunny spot. Come here, my chicken of love. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
So
boy.
everybody loves when we bring on the chickens. Yeah,
come in.
Sunstone, you guys are gonna get outdoor time when the temperature drops. Right now it's still 91 degrees outside.
By the way.
Oh, yeah, we're nearing our 2-hour mark, but it's just been very, we've had a lot to say. Oh, come here. This is Jacqueline.
Hi, chicken.
You guys.
How's my sweetheart?
So,
How's
Jackie.
my sweet angel?
Yeah,
How are
Jackie's
you?
doing okay. Yeah, we got rid of the worms. We got the staph infection under control. Oh boy, is this, you know, she was only meant to live 6 months. No, that not anymore. No, we got you off that truck, that awful thing, and you are with us, and it's incredible that this particular being, this my love, is the one. I mean, every hen, every chicken on those trucks is an individual, and we have her, and she is our best friend and the love of our lives, and we got you off.
We got you off that truck, baby.
And now you're going to live a full, healthy life.
Oh, fire Roo.
Roo, go get him, go get him.
No.
Ooh, because he's on the. Maybe he wants.
Sorry.
That's okay. He became activated because he saw Jackie.
Hi.
What? Okay.
How's my boy?
Yeah, he's probably. I know. It's so sad because it's so hot. Watch out. It's so hot outside, and they can't be out. They can't be out in very hot weather. Oh, she's getting excited because Ruru's coming. Ruru.
Hey.
It's okay. But Jackie, Jackie is a victim of the meat and egg industry. And already vegan, our first donor in the 2 hours of live stream that we. Thank you so much.
Hi.
It is going to you and you. And thank
Already
you.
vegan. Thank you so very much for a
grateful.
£5 donation.
Yeah.
Right, Ruru?
That is very helpful. And yes, so Jacqueline is also an amputee, but it's her toe. Can you see that?
This one right here.
It is one, because the crate was sitting on her toe, all the way from Fresno, and it was mangled because they very carefully place the chickens in those crates, I'm sure.
Oh, they treat them with all the care in the world.
All the care and respect they deserve on the way to the slaughterhouse. She got placed very carefully. She didn't make it into a crate. She got thrown in, so somehow ended up on the truck bed with a 3,000-pound crate on her toe, which is what kind of kept her from flying off onto the freeway. Fortunately and unfortunately, because she lost her toe, but it's what kept her alive.
Long enough to get here, huh?
Yeah, long enough to get to where we could. Oh, thank you, Anna Maxa.
Anna Maxa just donated $2 with a hey you emoji.
And is it a chicken hey you?
Or a hey you dancing
It
pear.
looks like a little
What?
chicken Jacqueline.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have treats for you, but I will.
Oh my goodness.
But
Oh my goodness.
but Jackie
What happened?
is the sweetest bird. I mean, these guys are just the sweetest. And we are so grateful for them in our lives, and we are so grateful that you were able to live. You're now, 3 years old?
Jacqueline is, maybe 2.5 or 3.
And you're molting right now, which is why there's all this we're missing some feathers because they're all growing their winter feathers. Little do they know they're in one of the hottest states in the country.
Aww.
Yeah.
What?
You're just the cutest chicken in the world. Are you my cute chicken? Oh, look, she likes this. Oh, dig it. Guys, chickens are such great companions, I have to say. And Jackie loves this. Watch. Jacqueline of love.
Hey, princess.
It's so cute. So
What you doing?
Jackie makes these really cute vocalizations, and Rue
Hi.
sometimes recognizes them. Sometimes I can sound like Jackie a little bit. Let's see. No? Not close enough. No? He knows he's smart. He knows she's here.
Hi.
Hi.
Chicken. Two chickens.
Un beso.
Un beso.
Ay. Well,
JP says, do the cats leave the chickens alone? Yes, they do.
yeah.
Emmy is more curious than the other cats.
Emmy is we call her nurse kitten because she especially, do not eat my earring. Oh, by the way, that's a funny story. The night we rescued Jackie, in the car, I was holding her and she ate my earring that I had in my ear.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. I'm sure it's
Well, she's after something. What
Don't
you
do
doing?
Don't do it. But Emmy at night when we put them to bed, she's adorable. She like comes into they sleep in we have this little nook in our closet that we've set up for them. She sleeps in a little house, and he has to sleep in a special like cradled
You got a special bed.
a nest,
You're
a special
boy.
nest that we make him. And Emmy comes in and she like purrs and she checks in on him. Sometimes she like puts her face like really close to him, and I don't know why, because she's gotten pecked at before.
She's never gotten hit though. She usually gets out of the way.
Jacqueline, Mommy loves you so much.
Where is it? Oh. Jean asks, what's the natural lifespan of a chicken? It's very similar to that of a dog. So generally 10 to 15 years.
If well taken
Depending
care
on-
of. Yeah.
In the egg industry, it's 18 months, and in the meat industry, it's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Chickens that are processed, I'll say processed because we have chicken company. but
Yeah, we do.
Chickens that are processed for meat are 6-week-old baby chickens. So if you eat these beautiful animals, you are eating babies. So if you have a problem with veal or lamb, because those are baby animals, I would never eat a baby animal. Pretty much all the animals in the meat industry are babies. Pigs are slaughtered at 6 months old. Chickens are slaughtered at 6 weeks old. Cows are slaughtered at 1 to 2 years old. So.
Oh, hi, Ran Lee. Yes, we do have diapers for them, but Jackie, he's bubbling. Bubbles.
What happened?
Jackie wears Jackie wears hers at night. And Rue wears his at night. Antonio doesn't. The thing is, it depends on their. Rue is not mobile, he's not very mobile, so he has to be in a diaper because he can't perch. As you can see, he's an amputee. So if they are not perched, they cannot get away from their poops. Jackie is not a percher, and right now, we're dealing with a little bit of so finally, after months and months, or weeks and weeks, 4 months, of different vets and different tests, it took 4 months. We finally got a relatively accurate diagnosis of wry neck for Jackie, which could have been due to the worms that she had absorbing all of her nutrition. And when chickens don't get enough vitamin E, their neck muscles stop working. And so Jackie, like, you see I'm holding her neck up right now, but if I were to let go, and she's doing so much better now, it takes many, many weeks to recuperate from wry neck. But if you were to put her down on the ground, she sort of starts to slump over a little bit. So she still has a lot of rehabbing left to do, but she doesn't, because of this, she doesn't quite perch.
I got you.
Is he getting antsy?
I got you. You're okay.
I know, he wants to get out and run.
I know.
So
Still
Jackie
too hot.
also doesn't perch
90 degrees.
for the time being, so
Very
she
hot.
wears her diaper at night. But Antonio, he's very mobile. Despite his amputation, he can get around just fine. He doesn't wear a diaper at night, or really ever. When they go, their poops are so cute. Well, Jackie's are very varied. Still trying to learn more about you.
I just want to say thank you so very much to Already Vegan, who
thank
donated another
you.
£5. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Already vegan.
Jackie and Fire appreciate that.
Sorry, I'm like talking way too
Garuda says, can you respond to my last question? Garuda, your last question was, what is your opinion on vets who eat
No.
meat? I want to be I think
Vets
so.
who eat meat. That's
Yeah.
a good question, because that doesn't make any sense.
What is your opinion on vets who eat meat? I want to be a vet. I will perform any surgery on any earthling. This is why I support your cute chicken and cat family. Well, vets who eat meat needlessly, our opinion would be the same as anyone who eats meat needlessly, because it's needless to fund animal abuse.
It doesn't make sense to me to be in in an industry that literally, in essence, you're taking the Hippocratic oath of do no harm
Yeah.
towards animals,
And then you go to
you're
the grocery store and do a lot of harm.
yeah. So, like, think about the logic of that. What would be the logic of a doctor, say, treating human patients and then going and beating their wives at home or their husbands at home? Doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, okay, but Jackie, Bao. Jackie's doing better, and it takes a lot now that she's worm-free. It really just takes rebuilding her nutrition, so we've been supplementing vitamin E, and you're so good at eating your greens. You like your spinach, you like your sunflower seeds, very high in vitamin E, and you need selenium to help absorb the vitamin E, but not too much or it can be toxic. Like, guys, we've been we've been learning so much about chickens. Thank you for teaching us. But yeah, I'm so sorry that it took 4 vets for someone to be like, hey, let's run a fecal. And then, because you're like, oh, blood work. There seems to be an infection somewhere. Don't know where. Okay, let's run x-rays. Everything seems fine. Okay, like moving on. Two other vets. Oh, looks neurological. 4th vet, let's run a fecal. And there were parasites. And the parasites are eating her nutrition. And hence,
causing a vitamin E deficiency.
And causing a vitamin E deficiency, potentially. And then the staph infection. She was like, let's run a culture. And then there was a staph infection. My goodness, because what happens is their immune systems, I don't know, like these animals, again, they're not bred to live past the age of 6 months, weeks, you know, so they don't really think ahead. They don't think, how will this animal thrive? How will this animal live out their life? And so now we're learning all these things. You're learning all these things about chickens. And nobody's seen Antonio yet. Do you want to go back to your, I'll bring Antonio on before we say goodbye, because it's 2 hours. You okay?
Yeah. This thing is...
Oh, I sat on Takis. Come in.
Hi.
We're gonna give you agüita. Hold on one second.
JP says, do no harm is broken by human doctors too. Indeed.
Oh,
Have you guys seen the Dr. Death documentary?
Yeah, I know. I was
Peacock?
just gonna say we finished watching that yesterday.
Right.
Dr.
There was a
Death.
doctor named Christopher Dunch in Texas who
horrible, narcissistic.
deliberately maimed and killed his patients.
You know, that's it.
And was eventually convicted.
It's so.
Spoiler warning.
Well, come here. Look at you. Oh, he might activate Ruru.
Oh boy.
But who knows?
We might be a little too excited to be.
They might start crowing.
Next to our brothers.
Worst thing.
Our brothers side by side.
This is Antonio. Look at how good. Look at how good. He's still got a scab. It takes a long time to heal because when you amputate where the scales are, there's less skin, so it takes longer. Jackie. Is she? Hold on. Sorry.
Jacqueline.
Oh no. Hold on. 1 second.
Jacqueline. What's the matter?
I didn't put her feet through the holes all the way. Hold on. Chocolate. There we go. All right. Now back to Tony. Hey, Tony. Hey, Tonito. There we go. This is Teddy Bear Tony.
Hi. Teddy Bird.
Tony's right now he's just doing really well. I think he's done. I am hoping he's done with vets for a while. He's just very stable and chilling, healing from his surgery, which was several weeks ago. Now he's just got a tiny little scab to go, so he's good. So the donations will be going to Fireru and Jackie, essentially. Yeah.
Hey, handsome one.
He's so handsome. Look, and he holds your hand like he loves holding. Like if I put my hand right here, he like wraps his, and he grips you, and you're like, oh, I love you. Yeah.
This Fireru. What? I love you.
Every day I love you. Yeah.
Well, JP says it's rest time for them. I hope everyone has a wonderful evening.
Thank you,
It's
JP.
very late in Europe right now, I think.
Oh,
so.
thank you for hanging out with us. We're gonna head out as well. I think
we got to run some errands before we tuck them in.
Yeah.
So
Chicken bedtime.
I love you.
7:30 sharp these days because the sunlight is going early.
Yep. And it's 5 p.m. here. Que animalitos tan hermosos.
Sí. Oh, Kevin Camacho, hello. Sí, son tan hermosos, ¿verdad? Te amo. Yes, they're so sweet. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and
Thank you.
I know this was a very varied. We had many discussion points.
Yeah.
And
This live stream went all over the map. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you so very much to everyone who donated in the chat. Thank you so much to all of our Patreon patrons.
yes, thank
And
you.
if you are not a Patreon patron, but you're like, you know what? I like these guys. I like their channel. I like what they have to say. I like their hair. Any reason to become a Patreon patron, you may do so, even if it's just for 1 month. Or feel free to.
He's a good reason.
He's a good reason.
He's a good
It's
reason.
a good reason.
Yeah.
And if you guys also want to check out our Etsy store, you can grab yourself some vegan swag and know that the proceeds from that are going to go directly towards these rescue animals as well. Jean says, pura vida.
Yay! Pura vida! All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Say bye, Antonio.
Bye bye, bubby.
Yeah.
Say bye bye, little
He's got the
bubby.
cutest little. Un beso. Un beso.